If you want your child to respond to your discipline, there is one thing you must stop doing right away. Stick around to find out what that is. Hello there, welcome back to Parenting Hacks with Dr. Yanina. As always, I am so excited that you are tuning in this week. Thank you so much for watching. And in this week's episode, I want to talk about that one thing that we do sometimes when we are disciplining our children that is really not working. It just does not work. So let me ask you this. When your child is talking back at you, is disrespectful, is not even responding when you're talking with them, or just walk away, how do you usually respond? Well, I don't know and I cannot hear you. I wish I can hear your response, but sometimes we scream at them, sometimes we threat them, sometimes we punish them, or even we shame them. We tell them that they should be ashamed of themselves for the behavior that they're doing. But my question to you is this: are any of these things working for you? Are your children responding to your discipline when you're screaming at them, when you're threatening them, when you're punishing them, when you're shaming them? Are they responding to you? And I venture to say that the answer is no. And in this episode, I want to share with you 4 things you can do instead of yelling, screaming, threatening, because we know that that is not working. So what happens is that when we start yelling and screaming at each other, then it just escalates. Everything escalates. The emotions get tense. And the intention that you had, which is to change the behavior that you are not agreeing to something better, well, that's not going to happen because there is a power struggle going on. There is an argument going on. There's a lot of negative energy taking place at this moment that nothing good is going to come out of it. So instead of yelling and screaming or punishing, I want to share with you 4 things you can do when you are in the heat of the moment. The most important thing that I want you to consider when you are in the heat of the moment with your preteen or teen is this: to stay calm, keep your voice down and firm. And this is the most important thing. So this is the one thing I really, really want you to do. Always stay in control, stay calm, keep your voice down, and keep your voice firm. And this is very important because if you escalate, your child will escalate. If you're out of control, your child will become out of control. And we know where that is going to lead to: a disaster, a chaotic consequence. So always do your best to stay calm, keep your voice down and firm. Another thing I want you to consider is to, of course, you want to stop the behavior. You're not going to be ignoring what they're doing. But instead of going into that power struggle, argument back and forth, just say something like this. So, you know what, son, the way you're talking to me is not acceptable. And this conversation is over. We'll get back to it when both of us are calm. Right? Another one is to breathe in and out. It's so important. When you give yourself that opportunity to breathe in and out, there is something about that it stops the chaotic circumstances that are happening for a second, and it helps you just stop and control yourself and be able to calm down and keep that voice down. And of course, at all costs, please, please, please avoid yelling at them and losing your cool. Yelling does not solve the situation. Losing your cool does not solve the situation. When you stay calm and in control, there's a lot of things that take place. The first one is that you can face the situation in a more effective way because you're calm, you're in control. The second one is that you can make better decisions. When you're upset, of course, you're going to be impulsive and you might say something that you don't mean. But when you're calm, you can make better decisions and you can think about what you're going to say. And of course, when you stay calm and in control, you keep control of the situation and avoid escalation of the conflict. And finally, I want to say this, that we are humans after all, and we make mistakes. We all lose it once in a while. I have lost it. I'm sure you've lost it. We all lose it once in a while. So I don't want you to be punishing yourself about that. Instead, just forgive yourself and work toward improving yourself. It's all about improving ourselves. What can I do differently next time? And how can I get better? How can I show self-control? What kinds of things I can do to control myself? But again, if you lose it, forgive yourself and try next time. So this is what I wanted to share with you in this week's episode, to try your best to stay calm and in control. Again, we are humans, we make mistakes. It's going to happen, you're going to lose control, but let's work towards controlling ourselves more and more and more and get better every day. It's all about self-improvement. It's all about being the best we can be when it comes to parenting our children. So if you're watching me in my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe so you do not miss out on any future episodes. And if you're watching me on Instagram TV, of course, follow me so you can also check out the other resources that I share in Instagram. And if you are listening to my podcast, please subscribe and share the love with other moms that you think will benefit from the tips that I share every week. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next episode.